Okay, so today I want to talk about the INTJ personality type. So I've made a couple of videos in the past about the INTJ, and to me, the INTJs are one of the most fascinating types to talk about. And there's many versions of the INTJ based on the person's history, based on a lot of different experiences a person could have. They could be from anywhere from like lacking personality skills to kind of being pretty sociable. But I'm going to talk about the classic, and I've met, let's say, about 17 of them in my life, and about 15 of them were somewhat in the same page, and that's the ones that I'm going to focus on and explain. All right. So just to quickly recap, I stands for introvert. Introvert meaning they kind of feel more comfortable being inside their bodies, in the sense that, imagine the eyes are like a window. You could experience out like this, or you can kind of observe from behind. And they like to be in control. They like to be in their bodies, like to know what's going on, and they will get very overwhelmed. In fact, more overwhelmed than any other introvert if they leave their bodies, if they're in a very pressured environment, if they around tons of different people, and they're forced to kind of like they get kind of taken out of their body a little bit. It's going to make them uncomfortable, because INTJs need a sense of internal control. And there's the N for intuition, where they kind of have this strong intuition, which is used in their own way. INTJs are creators of systems. They know how to manipulate systems and adapt systems and make systems work well. In fact, INTJs would be amazing at going into companies and showing them all the flaws and how they can actually build their company in a better place. And that's done using this kind of imagination, intuition, this knowledge of, I know how to make a system work best. And you take the INTJs versus the ISTJs, and the ISTJs don't have that vision. They don't have that perception. They'll go into a company and they'll just kind of do what they're supposed to do, kind of like robots to a certain degree. And yes, if there's certain things that aren't kind of fair, or certain things aren't logical or aren't structured, they'll go ahead and structure them. But they don't see the vision of the company. They don't see the vision of creating. They don't have that imagination, that futuristic perception of being able to create the system, versus the INTJs that do. The T is a logic. INTJs think very logically. They are, in my opinion, the smartest type in the most thorough way possible. ENTPs can be absolutely brilliant. In fact, most of them that I know usually end up in law school, and they usually get insane scores on their LSATs, because they have this incredible perception of knowledge that they pick up and they remember, and they know how to put it all together and figure shit out and stuff. That's why they make such good lawyers and such good debaters. But the INTJs, in a much more thorough way, are incredible thinkers and the smartest of all types. The INTJs are so logical that very often they lack feelings. They lack a certain sense of they kind of are very stoic people usually, even though I've met some that have some cravings for connection, because they actually are very good people inside. They're very caring, very dedicated, loyal. They make really good fathers, parents, partners. And they crave that connection. They crave that. An INTJ could actually appreciate cuddling compared to the other stoic, ISTP, INTP types. And they're very honest, and they very often like the systems and like the rules, even though they kind of, and I'm going to get to this in a second, INTJs have the most sense of identity of who they are. They're the most authentic people out of all the types, because they just come to terms with who they are. They mature at a much younger age, and they come to terms with who they are, and they know who they are. And You know, if you think about somebody who's authentic versus somebody who's unauthentic, someone who knows who they are and just factual, like, this is who I am. I have no need to impress you. I have no need to wear all fancy clothing. I have no need to show off. My identity does not come from you or you or you. My identity comes from who I know I am, and that's it. Finished. And that being said, so INTJs are just being who they are always. And you notice how the calmness they usually have in their body, especially around people, because there's no need to, my identity's not on the line, my ego's not on the line, there's nothing to talk about. I'm just, I am, that's it. It's like this calmness that they carry, and they're awesome to be around because they're just so present, and so calm, and so thought out, and so logical. And this goes hand in hand, because the more you are in touch with your identity, the more calm you are, and the more you're able to think rationally and logically and remember. Their memories are incredible. The last thing is P. P stands for perception. Sorry, J. J stands for judgment. They're planners. They like being efficient. They like being part of a system. They like being needed, loyal, and you know they'll actually, you know, keep pushing forward and keep working hard. And you know what's really interesting? They cannot help the fact that they have this internal need for systems to work out well. You know, you want to torture an INTJ, throw them in, like, you know, working in a hotel. There's a lot of different issues in the hotel, and they want to help build a hotel because that vision, that need for the structure to be efficient and be complete, will bother them if it's not complete. And then he goes and tells the boss, "Hey, boss, you know, we really should put a water in the lobby of the hotel because a lot of guests are asking for water, and I have no water to give them. And this is a pretty nice hotel, and a lot of other hotels in the world, this is what they do, and the system works. And also just us working behind the counter, the lobby, we're constantly getting water from the restaurant, and they're getting frustrated. And it makes sense. And the person's like, no, we don't need it. And over and over and over again, that keeps on happening, and they're gonna get more and more and more and more annoyed and upset because they're very intolerant of illogical systems that just won't work. So INTJs, to break it up, are system builders. They're visionaries. They usually are the ones that can be in the forefront, and you want them in the forefront to create the system. You take somebody like, you know, the CEO of Apple. He's an INTJ. They understand the systems extremely well. They almost, you know, they're very often they're architects or they could be engineers. And if you're choosing a business, you want to choose an INTJ because an INTJ is so rare, so smart, so loyal, and so dedicated towards helping your job and helping your system grow. That there's somebody who will make a tremendous difference. And for all you INTJs out there, you guys possess unbelievable powers of being able to make a difference and being able to create that other people can't create. As an ENFP, I need an INTJ to help create the system, and I'll get up and I'll talk and I'll make a difference and I'll do this, I'll do that. But I need the INTJ's vision to be able to build a system and get rid of all the obstacles and put it into place and do the research and do the homework and build the system. INTJs, looking at some of the struggles of INTJs can be very stoic. They don't always have a certain sense of they don't have the knowledge of how to respond in relationships very often. Saying I love you, saying saying things with emotion, passion. They lack passion, they lack emotion. They're more they get the facts kind of, and very often they don't know how to deal with emotions. They don't actually even notice emotions very often. They put the emotions to the side. They could have a difficulty with relationships too, because relationships is all about communication, communicating emotions, communicating feelings, communicating how they feel about each other. Very often, if someone's dating an INTJ, what will happen is they can feel that the INTJ is not expressing enough love, is not showing them that they care about them, but the INTJ does. He cares greatly about the partner. He just doesn't know how to express it. And anyone who's dating an INTJ, they need to realize that it's not that they don't feel that way towards you. It's not that they don't care about you. It's that they don't know how to express it, but they care very much about you. And to all you INTJs out there, I'm one of your biggest fans. One of your biggest fans. You guys are my favorite. And if you have any further questions, feel free to post in the comments, and I'd be happy to answer them. Or you could send me an email directly at tweetmyname1960@gmail.com. Best of luck.